Hello, my name is Ryleigh, and for this segment of the My MACC Podcast, I'm here with the digital arts students,
and we're from the Digital Arts Program.
Hey, Toby, could you tell me why you decided to come to the digital arts program?
So I joined the Digital Arts Program because I wanted to learn a little bit more about the business side of graphic design so I could go into it as like a side gig.
And Cassie, why did you choose to come to the digital arts program?
I chose to come to the Digital Arts Program because I want to have a career in photography.
I chose to come because I like taking photos and editing them, and coming here, there was a lot more that I got to learn. So let's talk about our first year experience and what are some of our highlights from it. So Toby, why don't you start?
I think my favorite part of being a first year was the hands-on experience. It was my first time being able to actually work in the field, and I got to see how much I could enjoy it.
Nice. Cassie, how about you?
What I enjoyed about my first year being here is being able to learn more in-depth things about photography and being able to go out into like the other classrooms and stuff and being able to put what we learned to work and the hands-on experience.
So Cassie, have you made any new friendships through the digital arts program?
So through the digital arts program, especially in my first year, I became friends with Toby, more second year for Toby, and one of the other students here that was in the digital arts program for her first year. Her name's Elena.
Nice. And Toby, have you made any new friends in the digital arts program?
I guess. I mean, I made friends with you goofballs. That was about it.
It works.
Yeah, it does.
So my first year, this is my first time ever being in a public school setting, and it's very eye-opening because I've been homeschooled my whole life. So I got to learn public speaking more and getting to know more people easier, and I met you guys, and I met a couple other friends. I hang out outside of the school, and I mostly like going out. I liked going out into the other programs and taking pictures because it got me out of my comfort zone, and it was I didn't have to sit at a desk, which I thought I was going to. So what kind of things have you learned or you did in the first year?
So one of the things that we do in our first year is we do a lot of public speaking with a lot of presentations and things like that.
Nice.
And to add on to that, another thing we learn as first years is how to work with a camera, like how to take photos, videos, because that's something we work with a lot in this entire class, because you got to be able to edit photos to make social media posts or just to make good photos for customer, and then you have to work on video editing, and to do all of that you need to learn how to use a camera so you can get your source material. And then, like I said, later on, we learn how to edit photos. We'll learn how to make social media posts. We learn how to edit videos, all sorts of good stuff like that.
What I like is the editing part. You can do anything to a picture. You can destroy it. I know that we've done a couple of projects where we destroy the pictures.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You can make your enemies look purple.
Right. And then I liked how we learned how to do a website. So we made our own website, and I know we're working on that as a second year as well. And then I also liked how we did the ceiling tiles. In the spring. I'm excited to start those again.
Me too. Another thing we do as first years is we promote the other programs here. So do social media posts, videos for them. We have posters that we made around the school for the specific programs.
Yeah.
And we'll go into their classrooms to take photos and videos of them. So we'll work directly with them as well.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite things about being a second year?
I would say my favorite thing is being a second year is now that we've kind of learned most of the rounded out skills for this type of field, is that now I can kind of pick and choose where I want to be, where I can focus my skills at, where I work best. So for the most part, you guys would know, I work in video editing and graphic designs, whereas you two, you go out more and take more photos, more videos. I stay behind to work at the computer because that's what I enjoy doing, and that's what I do best. Obviously, I still do some of the other things, but I focus where I work the best.
I like doing the podcast and doing the outside projects for other people as well, along with the posters that we do for the outside schools. Yeah. And just being involved more.
Especially when you get to work with like real customers too.
Right. It's not just students anymore. It's not just the instructors. It's going outside of the Career Center. How about you, Cassie?
What I really like about the second year is that we have more independence in what we do, and I really like working on the yearbook that we have. I think it's a lot of fun to do.
It really is, especially doing like the Power School photos. You interact
that was a fun experience.
You interact with a wide variety of people from not thousands, but like a lot of schools. About just said thousands, so that's all right. And then the MACC windows. I like doing that because we have this creative like mindset, and then we talk to the principal about it, and we get to express how our creativity on the wall to share with everyone.
And for context to our listeners, the MACC windows are the 4 windows that you see next to the entrance, and every single year the digital arts class gets to paint them up and put pictures on it to promote the Montcalm Area Career Center.
And then another thing we do is the resumes. Yes. I know we can work up on those. I know we start those as a first year, but then we work on them as a second year as well for the senior interviews, which are happening real soon. And then we did a couple of outside videos for I'm Safe and the a training bus video.
For the ISD,
Yeah, for the ISD, and I like that. It was really fun. Yeah. And then we get to work on the newsletter.
And it's a lot of fun because you get to learn about what the other classes do throughout their time here as well. You get a little sneak peek into what they do.
Right. So, Cassie, do you feel like you're going to go into this field after you graduate?
Yes. So, the summer and, for the rest of the year after I graduate, what I want to do is I want to spend time doing some internships with some of the local photographers around here to get more of an idea of what it's like for actual photographers. And then after that, I want to go to MCC and I want to do the photography classes that they have there.
So, Toby, what's your future look like?
That's a bit complicated right now. I know for a fact I'm not going into this field directly. What I plan on doing is going into freelance work. So I usually do graphic art, so digital illustrations, and I also want to try and do a little bit of video editing as well as kind of a little bit of a side hobby that gets me money, of course. But I don't exactly plan on going into this as a main career. There's a chance that the path I'm taking into computer science may have graphic design into it because I'd like to go into game development, which could utilize graphic design, but it's just an unintended side effect if that does happen.
Right.
And so you've asked both of us. What about you?
Yeah, I plan on starting my own photography business. Like I talked about here, we start a website. So I plan on taking that website outside of the Career Center and do a couple of side jobs or get a side job to get my money up into getting a new camera because my camera's a bit iffy.
Well,
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely wanting to start my own business. And right now I'm only 16, but I already have 2 clients lined up. I just haven't been able to get to them yet.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to somebody who's looking into coming into the digital arts program?
So some advice that I would give to someone looking into coming into the digital arts program or the Career Center in general, I would say come check it out. Pick a program that you think you want to go into and that you want to try it before you decide for sure, because being here, it's going to help you get a feel for what it's like in those careers.
Right.
So if after the first semester, if you don't think that being here at the Career Center is a good fit for you, you can stop coming and you can just keep going to your home school. Or if you think the program you picked, if it's not what you thought it would be and it's not quite what you want, you can, after your first year, you can switch to a different program, and if that's what you want. So the Career Center, it's kind of like a try it before you buy it type situation, and I think it can be really helpful for a lot of students if they're not quite sure what they want to go into.
Nice. So, Toby, do you have any advice that you would give somebody?
Definitely. You're going to want to keep a very open mind, because the thing is, a lot of these classes, you see the name and you already think you know what's going to be in there. But the thing is, you don't, because there's a lot of stuff that branches off into different sections of what you're going to be learning. So the best thing you can do is keep an open mind, because you're going to learn a whole lot of new things. And some of these programs are going to take you on different paths than you expected.
I came to digital arts thinking it was just camera. You take a picture, cool. But I learned so much. And just like you said, you know, you come in and it's a lot more variety of what you're doing. That's in every single program.
And it is nice because it's well-rounded, so you can try a little bit of everything, you know, instead of just one particular field.
Right.
Yeah. Check out the website too.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
It'll give you a little bit of an overview and a little bit of an idea of what each program does here. As sophomores, you also get to come and you'll pick 3 different programs that you think you might be interested in.
Right, and us as digital arts, we help with that as well. And there's students here at the MACC that will stay here and present it to you guys. We have helped out, and we've done that for the sophomore visitation and the open house. Yeah. And then as digital arts students, we also take pictures for the Career Center. Yes. There's second graders that will come in and do the birdhouses, so we'll go around and do that for Christmas. We take pictures for all the
events that
happen
here.
Right. So how do you feel you're treated by the instructors, the staff, and like the workers here at the Career Center?
I'd say that the instructors treat you more as adults, more with that kind of respect rather than seeing you as like children and stuff. I'd say it's a lot more of that kind of professional atmosphere, and they treat you as an equal rather than just a student.
Yeah, and to branch off on that, they treat you more like a peer, whereas usually in like most normal schools or at workplaces, you see there's like a power difference between like student and teacher or worker and manager, whereas here at the Career Center, we're more of like peers. Like they have the resources to help us out, and they're doing the best they can, but the thing is they treat us with the respect like we're peers, like we're on the same level, and I really do love that.
Yeah, like we're young adults, they're going to treat us like that, and like we're going to get punished, but it's not as if it was at a high school. Like you're not gonna get like detention if you don't do something. You might get pulled aside and talked to like an adult. It's just the environment I'm in. It's like a workspace. Like you go in, you have a set schedule, and the teachers, if you have a question, the teachers are more than willing to help you.
And like branching off what you said about it being a workspace, because it really is like a workspace, but it's a lot more comfortable. Like it's once you experience it for the first time, comparing it to normal high school, it's like 2 completely different things. It's a lot more comfortable here because technically you have a test you got to do, but everyone here is so kind of like laid back to an extent that it's really nice being here.
Ryleigh, as you mentioned, you're here for both the AM and the PM sessions as now a second year. Can you tell everyone a little bit what that's kind of like?
Yeah, so in AM, I'm in public safety, so I get to come here at like 7:45 in the morning, and it's 2 hours and a half of learning and whatnot, and then in between I have an hour and a half. So there's times that I will walk over to MCC, which I have to sign out for that because I would be in a liability if something happened. And then there's times that I will work on projects in between. Like when we had the boat race, I worked on my boat in between because it needed more glitter. So I put more glitter on it. Like, you never have enough glitter, I guess.
Yeah, never enough glitter, ever.
So there's times I'll do that. Or if I'm working on a podcast and I'm a day late, our instructor would, give us time and very reasonable on that time, I feel like. So if I don't have something done, he'll push it back a little bit, give me time to do it. And so like in between classes, I will work on that. And then once 12 o'clock hits, I'm in digital arts. But in between, it's like very opening, welcome. Like I don't get yelled at for running through the halls, which I know I'm not supposed to do that, but it's fun when you're in socks. Like you're supposed to do that.
Around.
Right. And like the teachers, they'll be like, "What you doing?" Like they're very, very welcoming, and we just have fun. Thank you, Cassie and Toby, for coming out and talking about the Digital Arts Program. I had a wonderful time. Thank you for tuning in on this segment of the My MACC Podcast. This is Ryleigh out.